What's up guys, it's Daz here, but you don't really care. As it's pretty safe to bet that Super Mario Maker is gonna be super successful when it comes out in September. And that got me thinking, since this concept of creating your own game seems like its own goldmine, I wonder what other Nintendo games could have a go at this style of play. Here are 15 potential Mario Maker sequels. Okay, so let's get some obvious ones out of the way. For starters, Mario is Nintendo's most prominent IP by far, so let's move on to number 2, The Legend of Zelda. While Mario's gameplay focuses entirely on 2D platforming, the Legend of Zelda series is much more focused on the use of puzzles and items, so how's about The Legend of Zelda Dungeon Designer? Dungeon Director. In the game you can switch between 4 styles of Zelda, be it Zelda 1, Link to the Past, Wind Waker and Zelda Wii U, or maybe some other Zelda combination would be better. It's probably best to stick to 4 styles just to keep things simple, but maybe it would be best to add Zelda 2 since its style stands out a lot more, or 4 Swords for its completely different gameplay mechanics. Or maybe 2 3D Zelda games shouldn't be in the list at all. Either way, you, the player, will be able to place enemies as you wish and create your own puzzles, perhaps even setting up your own locked rooms and battle arenas. And how about this? Adding in items from future games into the older style games. Ever wanted to see Link to the Past Link with a gust bellows? Is that really what it's called? It might be possible. Throw in your own boss battle at the end and you're done. A triple Ganon fight? You got it. Of course, that's the easy and obvious one out of the way. Let's look at one franchise that is a little more obscure from Nintendo but certainly close to the hearts of Miyamoto and its fans. Pikmin. Pikmin producer, Pikmin planner. The gameplay for the Pikmin franchise is collecting treasure and battling enemies using an army of freshly grown Pikmin. And with the DLC that came out for Pikmin 3 ages ago now, we can see how that franchise could really work for the Maker series. Within the DLC there were additional missions in mission mode, collect treasure and battle enemies. In these you were given a set area and time limit to collect treasure and battle enemies. Hard concept, I know. But this would work really well in creating your own missions to share online. Think about it. You could get 5 areas / level designs to choose from each of the 3 games. After all, each game pretty much has 5 areas. I mean, Pikmin 1 has the Impact Site, the Forest of Hope, the Forest Navel, the Distant Spring and the Final Trial. Pikmin 3 has the Tropical Wilds, the Garden of Hope, the Distant Tundra, the Twilight River and the Formidable Oak. And Pikmin 2, well, that game had the Valley of Repose, the Awakening Woods, the Perplexing Pool and the Wistful Wild. But oh, that's just 4. Unless you count the caves, which were a special small and close quarters arena that was based underground. These sort of designs also reappeared in one of the later DLC missions. So we've got our areas. Now all we need to do is throw in what we wish to collect, be it ship parts, treasure or fruits and or some enemies to fight. Give it a time limit and boom, your very own mission. There's also opportunity for lots of variety here as well, as you can additionally choose how many captains there are, or which Pikmin types are available and how scattered everything is. How about stacking a Snagrid on top of a Bulborb? It could be possible. Not to mention the fact that you can bring forth enemies that may not even appear in other games. Want the Gulix in Pikmin 3? Okay. Or how's about taking the Maker series into a game which is all about simply getting to the end with your own 2 feet through puzzles and camera angles? Sure, it's not as action-packed, but maybe Mario Maker could move to Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, making it Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker Technician, or something. You're given a small cube and a specific environmental theme and the ability to morph the terrain however you wish. With this, you can make your own slopes, your own tunnels, and your own secrets that can only be revealed with certain camera movements. This idea for a Maker game is a little more simple, but maybe that's what some people may desire. And hey, Mario isn't the only 2D platformer under Nintendo's belt. Have we forgotten about Metroid? You can make your own planet with Metroid Manufacturer, Metroid Mechanic, Metroid Maker. Or the Donkey Kong Country, fully equipped to allow full-on barrel, zipline and kart levels. Oh boy, I can imagine the rage on that one. Only in Donkey Kong Director, Donkey Kong Creator, Donkey Kong. Or what about the new 2D platformer Chibi Robo Ziplash? Oh no. What have they done to you, Chibi? Maybe I can make a game where it's no longer 2D and it actually makes another masterpiece of the first game. Please? Although, maybe Chibi Robo could work with the Maker series. If not as a platformer, maybe as another time-limited collectathon. You get either 5, 10 or 15 minutes to clear everything in a room or house that's been set up by the creator of the level. Throw in some tools to use and you can probably do a lot with it. Chibi Robo Rundown. I'm running out of names. But anyway, can we make our own new Mega Man game? Do you think Nintendo could get around to doing something like that since he was in Smash? I don't know. But there is a chance for some really tricky levels with that one. Especially if you can get the skills from the future and past games to come out as well. Mega Man Master Maker. Fight all those bosses at once. Who even says we have to stray away from Mario? He's done other styles of games before. How about Super Mario Galaxy Generator? Sure, Bowser got there first, but still, short, linear, gravity-defying levels with adjustable terrain, gravity control, and of course, enemy and star placement. We could even go back to Mario Sunshine and have levels which need FLUDD to complete. Or take inspiration from both Sunshine and Mario 64 by having Mario-only levels with no gravity mixing to create those old Secret Shine levels. Whether they come as 3 Maker games or as one big Super Mario 3D Fabricator, I don't mind. It could even go a little further and add in Super Mario 3D World, allowing you to play as the 5 characters there in levels. Mario for basic controls, Luigi for a higher jump, Peach for a hover, Toad for speed, and Rosalina for a double jump spin move. Right, let's try some recent games now. Splatoon! Maybe creating your own path of Octarians to defeat by splatting and again, terrain morphing. Along with that, you could also create blocks which the players must splat and make a path across. Or, I don't know, design your own multiplayer maps. Or how's about a new Animal Crossing game? Animal Crossing Home Designer! Never mind. Can Nintendo do Sonic now? Let's make our own Super Sonic Simulator, with a style of 2D and 3D platforming similar to Sonic Generations. Of course, there is always the chance that Nintendo won't be able to do that, but who's to say that Nintendo will be the only company to do this style of games for their franchises? There's always the chance that after the success of Mario Maker, other game companies will follow in Nintendo's footsteps by making Maker games out of their own franchises. Metal Gear, Fallout, Five Nights at Freddy's, anyone? Going back to Nintendo again real quick, how about making your own level design for the upcoming Star Fox game? Perhaps your own gym in Pokemon. You could choose exactly what each trainer has for their Pokemon as well as how they maneuver through the gym to reach the gym leader. I don't know, as you can tell I'm probably reaching the end of my Mario Maker list idea, but still, there is a heck of a lot of potential for future Maker games. Whether there'll actually be any future Maker games is up to Nintendo and I guess to some degree, you. So, go out there and buy yourself Super Mario Maker when it comes out if you want to see games like this, potentially, in the future. I know I will. And on that note, I'm gonna disappear. My name's been Daz, you didn't really care, and I'll see you in a bit.